Hey guys, today in math, we're going to be talking about tens and ones. So making and representing numbers using our 10 rods and our ones cubes. Now, if you need to pause this video really quick, I would love for you to go and get your paper tens rods and ones cubes. And if you have not cut them out yet, remember it looked like this. You had your tens on a blue sheet of paper and your ones cubes on a red sheet of paper. And this is what they'll look like once you've cut them out, and you can put them in a little Ziploc bag. So there's a 10. Each one of these has 10 cubes stacked up. But instead of counting them 1, 2, 3, 4, we know that a stack like this or a rod like this is 10, and we can count it by tens. 10. And then I've cut out 2, so we count them by tens. So what would I have if I had 2 of these? We count them by tens. 10, 20. I have 20 cubes. And then your ones, they're those red ones. They're tiny pieces, so be really careful not to lose them. But those you'll just keep in your Ziploc bag, and you count them as 1. So if you can see my hand right here, I have some laid out. I can count them. Ooh. How many ones do I have? 1, 2, 3. You count those as just 1. So the blue 10 rods, that equals 10, counted by tens. And then your red little squares, those would be the cubes. You would count them by ones. Now here in the classroom, I have the foam 10 rods. If you see them here, the foam 10 rods. And I can bend them around. I just didn't have enough to give everybody. But this also means 10. So if we're counting by tens and you see 3 of these, let's count them by tens to see how many I have. 10, 20, 30. There's 30 of these. So that makes 30. And then also I have these cute little ones cubes, the 1 cubes, and I count these by ones. So let me give you an example of counting by tens. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, counting with our base 10 blocks. So if this is 2 of them and I count by tens, I would say 10, 20, and then if I had 2 of my little cubes, it would be 22. 22. That would be my number. Now we're going to practice with these, but I wanted to show you, and like I said, if you do not have yours cut out yet, I at least want you to cut out 10 of these, cut out 10 of your blue ones, and cut out 10 of your little red squares. So if you need to pause this video really quick, you absolutely can to get those finished before we move on to our later lesson. All right, what I want to read to you really quick is called 1 is a snail, 10 is a crab. And they're going to be representing 10 using crabs. So it would be like a 10 rod, except it's a crab. And this book is by April Pulley Sayer and Jeff Sayer, illustrated by Randy Cecil. What do we come to first? Title page. 1 is a snail. Now first this book is going to go through counting by ones. 1 is a snail. 2 is a person. 1, 2. A snail only has 1 foot. A person has 2 feet. 3 is a person and a snail. 1, 2, 3. 4 is a dog. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we count these numbers by ones. 5 is a dog and a snail. 6 is an insect. Let's count the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All insects have 6 legs. 7 is an insect and a snail. So 6, 7. 8 is a spider. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 is a spider and a snail. 10 is a crab. Crabs have 10 feet. Their front 2 feet also have a second job as claws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that means 20 is 2 crabs. So let me go back to this page and show you. 1 crab is 10. 1 10 rod is 10. So it's like the crab is going to be our 10 rod. So he equals 10. So 2 crabs would equal 20, just like this. And in the classroom, we'll use the 10 rod. So 2 crabs equal 20. 2 10 rods equal 20. 10, 20. 30 is 3 crabs. Let's count the crabs by tens. 10, 20, 30. Or 10 people and a crab. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Oh, there it is. 29, 30. 40 is 4 crabs. Count the crabs by tens. Remember, each of them represents this. 10, 20, 30, 40. Or 10 dogs, because dogs have 4 feet. So 10 of those with 4 feet would equal 40. 50 is 5 crabs. Let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Or 10 dogs and a crab. 60 is 6 crabs. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Or 10 insects, because insects had 6 legs and there's 10 of them. So that makes 60. How much do you think 7 makes? Let's count. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 70 is 7 crabs, or 10 insects and a crab. Let's count these first. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 80 is 8 crabs, or 10 spiders. What number is this? 90. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Or 10 spiders and a crab. All right, if we're counting by tens, oh, you've already seen it. What number would come up after 90, counting by tens? 100. So 100 is 10 crabs. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Or if you're really counting slowly, 100 snails. I like this book because it shows us that there are easy ways to get to 100 or easy ways to count higher numbers, and that's by using tens. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Look over here at my my big piece of paper, and I'm going to grab a marker, and I'm going to write a number, and I'm going to kind of start out a little bit small at first, and then we'll go from there. So if I have the number right here, what number is that? 5. Good, we have the number 5. Now, the number 5 only has one number in it. There's only one right here, 1. So I can use the ones cubes to count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use those 5 cubes. Now what I'm going to do up here to show us, I'm going to draw the 5 cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are my 5 cubes for the number 5. But now check this number out. I'm going to do the number. What number is that? 11. The number 11. How many numbers are in the number 11? How many do you see? I have one here, and I have one here. The number that is first over here is called my tens place. I'm going to write that right here. Tens. And the number behind it is called the ones place. So in this first number, there were only ones. I didn't have 2 places. But in this number, I have 2 numbers in it. It's like a double digit. I have 2 digits, so I have a tens place and a ones place. Now all you have to do is look at the number to find out how many of each. How many tens are right here? Look at this number. How many tens are there? 1. There's a number 1 in the tens place, so I only have 1 10. And here's some tape. I can use some tape to hold it up there to show you guys. There's 1 10. And how many ones are in the ones place? Just 1. So I only need 1 ones cube. Do you see that? Now, instead of looking at the number, I can just look at my objects right here. The tens rod and the ones cube. How much is this? 10. And then one more equals 11. So 10, 11. And you always count the tens first. In this number, I didn't have any tens, so I didn't have to count the tens first. But in this one, there were 2 spaces, or 2 places, so I have to count the tens first. All right, let's do another one. I'm going to get even bigger. Do you think you can handle it? Let's see. I know, I bet you can handle it. Let's see. Let's do... Ooh, what is that number? 24. 24. How many digits or numbers do I have in the number 24? How many do you see? One number here and one number here. Now remember, this first spot up front is the tens place. So write tens, and you don't always have to write tens, but that just helps us remember right now, since we're just learning tens and ones, helps us remember that this place is the tens place. And the one behind it is the ones place. All right, the easy part was done for us. Ready? Or I'm sorry, the hard part was done for us. So all you had to figure out what place. Now, in order to use my 10 rods and my ones cubes, I have to figure out how many tens and how many ones I have. So take a look in the tens place. How many tens do I have? It tells me right there I have 2 tens. I'm going to grab that. Stuck some tape to it. Look. 2 tens, and I know that's kind of hard to see because they're not spaced real good. There we go, that's better. 2 tens. How many ones did I have? 4. 4 ones. So now, all I've got to do is stick my 4 ones up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I stuck them to my tape so you can see. There we go. 10, 20. Now count your ones. 21, 22, 23, 24. Which ones do I count first? Tens or ones? Tens, that's right. Always count your tens first. If you have two digits, count your tens place first. Those count as a 10. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right, let's do another one. I bet you could handle going even higher. That's a pretty big number. How many digits are in this number? 2 digits. I have a digit here. Remember, digit means number, and a digit here. The tens place comes first, so I'm going to write tens, and then the ones place. Ones. All right. Now we're going to use our 10 rods. How many tens are in the number 56? Take a look in your tens place. How many tens? 5 tens. So let me grab my tape. I need a bunch of tape for this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like a lot, doesn't it? There's 5 tens. Let me move you down just a tad. 5 tens. Now take a look. How many ones are in the one spot? 6. 6 ones. So I'll need 6 ones cubes. Get one more. And that's what I'll do. I'll put them up there. See if I can get them to go in a row on my tape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's my 6 ones to go with my 5 tens. Super simple and easy, guys. So we're using tens and ones to represent numbers. Now let's make sure we are right. So 56. Now, how do I count these? By ones? No, by 10. So let's count by 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now count the ones by 1. So that was 50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Now before I go on this part of the lesson, I really want to show you one more that I don't want you to get tricked on. So what if my number looked like this? 20. What if my number looked like 20? I see 2 digits, one here, one here. I know that this is the 10 spot and the 1 spot, right? Tens and ones, because there's 2 digits. How many tens do I need for this number? 2. So let me grab 2 tens. I'm going to stick them up here so you can see. 2 tens. Ooh, now, how many ones are there? How many ones are there? 0. So do I need any ones? No, all I needed was tens. The number is 20. And remember, we count these by 10. Let's check it. 10, 20. I didn't need any ones. So if you have a 0 in the ones spot, you don't need any ones. All you'll need are your tens. All right, guys, I'm about to pause our video, and then we're going to read a story called Maddie and Matt together. All right, guys, I've moved us over here. I'm in the dark again. We're still going to be talking about tens and ones, and now this is where we're going to practice together. This booklet that I've put together is called Maddie and Matt Count Tens and Ones. Remember that when we're counting tens and ones, you have to count the tens first. So those 10 rods that you have at home, you count those first, and then your ones next. Take a look at our front cover. Do you notice, this is Maddie, the little girl is Maddie, and then the boy is Matt. Do you notice the girl holding some 10 rods? How many 10 rods is she holding? 2, so we count those by tens. 10, 20, and then he has 2 ones blocks, so 10, 20, 21, 22. They're holding the number 22. Okay, so on our first page right here, it says Maddie has 4 tens, Matt has 3 ones. What's your number, Maddie and Matt? So this time, instead of doing the tens and ones, they've given us tens and ones. We need to write those numbers or those digits. So what do we count first? Tens or ones? Tens, that's right. Let's count how many tens. And you know I like to strike off as I count. So as we're counting by tens, let's strike them out. Count by tens. Help me at home. 10, 20, 30, 40. So there's 4 tens. Let's see how many ones there are. 1, 2, 3. So what is their number? 43, and we can check that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. How many of you agree with me? 43, good job. All right, let's take a look at our next one. Maddie has 3 tens. Matt has 5 ones. What's your number, Maddie and Matt? So let's find out how many tens she has. How many 10 rods do you see? I see 3 of them. There's 3. So 3 tens. And how many ones did Matt have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to write that here. What is our number? 35. Now we can check that by counting the 10 rods by tens. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Kiss your brain. 35. Good job. Okay, for our next one, Maddie has 5 tens. Matt has 2 ones. What's your number, Maddie and Matt? So let's strike off and see how many 10 rods she's holding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there 5 tens? Yep, that's what it said. 5 tens. And how many ones? 1, 2. 2 ones. What is our number? 52. Now let's count by tens and ones to put it all together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52. Were we right? Yes, we were. All right. Maddie has 3 tens. Matt has 4 ones. What's your number, Maddie and Matt? All right, let's see how many 10 rods we have. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to write that down here. 3 tens. And how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 4 1 blocks. So what is our number? 34. Let's count them. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. We're right. Take a look at this one. Maddie has 6 10s. Matt has no 1s. Let's not let it trick us. So let's count how many 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was one down here on the ground. So I have 6 10s. And if I have no 1s, what number do I put in the 1 spot? 0. 0 1s. So what is my number? 60. I only count the 10s. Let's do it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We didn't let it trick us. All right, this is our last one, you guys. Maddie has 3 1s. Matt has 2 10s. Hold up. Wait a minute. They flipped it on us. The 1s are on this side and the 10s are on this side. But we know, what did I tell you? You always count first. What do we count first? 10s. Always count your 10s. Even if they're on the wrong side, always count the 10s first. So how many 10s do we have? 2 10s. How many 1s is Maddie holding? 1, 2, 3. 3 1s. And what's our number? 23. So no matter if they flip the sides, however, 10s are always counted first. So let's count them by 10s. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23. We got it. I'm so excited. Now look at our last page. That was so tricky, Matt. Good job, Maddie. That didn't trick us though, did it? So just remember, when you see bundles of 10, you always count the 10s first and then the 1s. And using those 10 rods at home is going to help you represent numbers using 10s and 1s. So if you have, I want you to do this at home. I want you to practice this at home. And I'm just going to draw a picture. You know, our 10 rods are long and skinny. And I don't have to draw the little lines. Practice counting with your 10s and 1s. And if you draw them, remember to strike off. Count the 10s first. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4 10 rods. So I wrote a 4. And let's count how many 1s I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many 1s cubes did I have? 5. So my number is 45. And you can go back and count them by 10s and 1s. Remember these 10 rods, you count by 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. We were right. Everybody kiss your brain and work really hard on practicing your 10s and 1s, using your 10s and 1s cutouts at home. If you have not cut them out yet, get those cut out for me. All right, guys, I'll see you later.